Grace Victory. I am a content creator, YouTuber, influencer. I talk about loads of things online, such as plus size fashion, body image, and of course, mental health. I talk about trauma, eating disorders, and the impact of childhood trauma on our adult selves.
And I'm Gemma Grainger. I'm a counsellor and psychotherapist in London, and we're here to talk about mental well-being and dating apps.
So today we've teamed up with Badoo because they are aware of the impacts of mental health and online dating, the triggers that can occur, and the different issues that we face. So one of the biggest things that men face, or that they've said that they face on dating apps, is their fear of rejection or being ignored. So for anyone watching, what advice would you have for dealing with rejection?
I think it's quite a difficult one because you kind of have to put yourself out there, and that's kind of the nature of dating apps. And it is, as you say, very, very image focused. It's kind of with a lot of online dating, it is based on the way you present yourself in just a few photos. A good way of kind of looking at dating is not going about it as I need to impress somebody. It's maybe they can impress me. Don't put the pressure on them to impress you. But if you're going out and I want to have a nice time, just go and enjoy the activity you're doing. But don't sort of see the goal of, I'm going to find the love of my life. It takes the edge off it and it makes it that little bit more fun.
Yeah. So we live in a generation where online dating is all about your profile. Well, it feels like it's all about your profile. And obviously your face and your body play a massive part in that. What impact is that having on us? Because I feel like when I was on online dating sites, I had to make sure I had different selfies that represented me in different ways. So one that was kind of sexy with red lipstick, and one that was more natural and bare face so you could see my freckles. And being plus size, I felt like I had to have a photo of my body, like just a, an outfit photo, just to be like, oh, I'm also not thin, just in case that's a problem.
What was that like for you to want to put that full-length photo on?
It was important for me to be honest and true to myself, because I didn't want to feel like if I don't put up a full-length photo, then I'm embarrassed by my body and I'm ashamed and seeking validation. But on the flip side, it was like, but why should I have to do that? Why do I have to think about if I'm going to be fetished for being plus size, or if I'm going to get any hate for being the size that I am?
So for you, putting that photo up was a statement almost to kind of almost protect yourself against certain reactions. It was almost like a kind of a warning. But I imagine that for some other people, that might feel really quite scary.
Yeah.
So it's, do I put this picture up, or do I get this abuse, or do I get some sort of shame? And that's quite scary. But I think what I would say in these situations is, that we can't deny it. It is a lot to do with looks when you're online dating. But I think it's really important that you kind of fill your profile as well with stuff that's not just about the way that you look, because we aren't just what we look like. We're a product of loads of different things. And I think if we can remind ourselves, but not just ourselves, the people that are looking at our profiles, then maybe we get a better idea of the kind of people that are matching with us or giving us some kind of attention.
So one thing we definitely need to talk about is unsolicited pictures of genitals, mainly, that women receive a lot online. You rarely walk down the street and someone flashes you. Why is it happening on social media so much? How can we talk about this in a safe way that takes in consideration people that are doing it and people that are receiving it?
With the culture that we live in, where we spend so much time behind our phones, it's a bit of a mask. We kind of get a bit of liberation from it, I think. It's a platform where you can kind of be a bit of a different version to yourself. So I think, first thing, if you're going to be receiving these messages, what would you want to do with it? You probably report it is the best thing.
And block.
And block them. Stop talking to them. They're not the kind of person you want to talk to, I'd imagine.
Ghosting. I see constant tweets and conversations about ghosting. So ghosting can happen when you're just texting someone and they just ignore you and it's done, blocked you, whatever. And then it can also happen after a day. They just don't respond to your messages or pick up the phone to your calls. How do people deal with that rejection and that feeling of abandonment and that they're not enough for whatever reason?
I think there is an extra sort of painful level which comes with ghosting, in that you've kind of invested that little bit more.
And it can be
time.
months. Some people invest months and go on multiple dates, and then one day,
just somebody
nothing.
doesn't want to talk to them anymore. There can be so many reasons why people might ghost. A lot of the time I think it comes down to, hate to say it, but cowardice. And it's because people don't know how to communicate. And I think if you are the person being ghosted, again, kind of try not to take it too personally. There could be so many reasons. I mean, someone could have had a trauma in their life and they suddenly can't reply, they've gone off grid. It could be anything, because you haven't necessarily invested loads of time. You might have done, but it could just be they're really, really busy with their job or something for the next couple of weeks. It's challenging. I think the best thing to do, if you are not feeling it, or if you just genuinely don't have time, rather than ghosting someone and making them feel really insecure, really like they're not good enough, kind of just really rubbish about how maybe the date went, and they're going to sit and scrutinise everything they've done or whatever. You don't know what they're like. But I think the best thing to do is just kind of nip it in the bud.
But we've all made dating errors. Dating is hard. Dating is hard. Until you find the one you want to be with, it does feel like you're like trudging through water sometimes.
Sometimes. It can be good fun though.
Yeah, so much fun. And you learn about humans and how humans operate, and also how you operate and the things that come up for you in dating.
Yeah.
So I think that it can be difficult.
What do you think you've learned from it?
I have learned boundaries are important. I have learned to be honest, best policy. And I've also learned that it's okay to have fun. I don't think it's necessarily great to have high expectations of everyone that you're going to meet, you know? And it's even better when you do meet someone, it's like a massive surprise. You're like, oh my God, which is what happened to me. I met my boyfriend on a dating app, and he is the best thing ever. So, and that was a massive surprise, you know? So I think it does happen. You just have to keep at it, have fun, don't take it too seriously, and have healthy boundaries.
And be honest.
And be honest.